I started my fitness journey a couple years ago, and it's safe to say that my body has changed pretty damn drastically. But I actually could have done it so much faster if I knew the things that I am about to teach you in this video. And knowing all of those will make it so much easier for you to get in the best shape of your life way quicker. And by the way, my name is Victor, and I help guys get in the best shape of their life as quickly as possible with these no bullshit step-by-step videos. So if that's something that you want to do, sub to the channel and check out the second link below. 100% free, 30 ways in 30 days. It'll help you get jacked. But anyway, this is going to be a quick fire of all the things I wish I knew when I first started out. We're going to go one by one, and I'm going to be quick, not to waste any of your time. First thing is that you probably have more fat than you think you do, okay? If you think that it takes 10 pounds to be diced and have a six-pack, it's probably going to take you 20, if not more. I remember when I started my first ever cut, I thought to myself I only had to lose like 20 pounds to actually be able to see abs, and I actually had to lose twice the fat. I had to lose 40 to be able to see any ab definition, because fat is not only on your stomach, it's on your back, it's on your hips, it's on your legs, it's literally like even on your face, on your arms, it's everywhere. So it's actually gonna take way more than you think. So just be prepared that it's probably gonna be twice as much as you think. Next up is that you don't need to overcomplicate the entire process, okay? Training is really simple. You mostly just do the same movements over and over and over again. You don't add anything fancy that you see on Instagram, because it doesn't work. You know what works is the simple things, okay? And you just do it over and over again. You just have to keep progressing with the weight that you're using, okay? You don't need a new fancy program every single month. You have to stick to one, be committed, and just keep going. Next up is that genetics sadly is a big part of bodybuilding. That means that your favorite influencer might have just crazy genetics, you know, wide shoulders, narrow waist, okay? He doesn't store that much fat on his stomach, and you just might have different genetics, and probably, most likely, you might have worse genetics than the elite ones, okay? And the key thing here is that it doesn't really matter, bro. It doesn't matter that your genetics are worse than his, because you can still look crazy good, just not the same as him, but you can look so much better than you look right now if you just keep going and you play the game no matter what. Because listen, no matter what kind of genetics you can have the worst genetics ever, you should still go at it and try and be better than you. Look, I like to think about it this way. Everyone has been dealt some cards, okay? Some have better cards and some have worse, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't play the game. You should play the game no matter what, because even the ones with the worst cards can still win. But if you don't play the game, you can't win. So like, think smart. You can be different in a couple of years, or you can stay the same because you were like, my genetics are bad, so I'm not gonna try anyway. Next thing is that diet is actually the key. You have to focus on the diet no matter what. You have to make it a priority. Listen, you have to have your protein high if you wanna build muscle, okay? You have to have at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight every single day. And when it comes to losing fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit, because it's not gonna work if you're not in a calorie deficit. So it actually would help you if you tracked your calories and you knew how many calories you were consuming. But more on that right here. So if you actually wanna take care of your diet, click here and learn everything you need to know. And listen, you ain't gonna make quick progress. You can even make no progress if you don't focus on the diet part. It is literally 70% diet and 30% training. Training is very important, but you ain't gonna go nowhere if you don't care about your diet. Next thing, not all protein sources are the same, okay? Chicken breast is gonna, first of all, keep you full for longer than a protein pudding, for example, and it's gonna make you feel better overall because it is not as processed. Which actually leads me on to the next point, is that calories are not the same, okay? All calories are not the same. They're not equal. Some calories are better for you, some calories are worse for you. Even though two foods can have the same amount of calories, they can definitely make you feel better or worse. Look, you can lose weight eating donuts, but you're gonna feel like shit. You actually have to focus on having nutritious foods that are gonna make you feel good in the long term, okay? Because yes, you can lose weight eating shit, but it's not worth it, man, because you're gonna feel like shit. So focus on having food that is actually good for you, that's gonna make you feel good. You're gonna be able to progress in the gym faster. You're gonna be able to conquer the entire planet because you're eating the right things. Next up, you have to build some muscle before you get extremely diced and shredded. And it's gonna be way easier if you build a good amount of muscle first. Because if you cut now without having spend time building the actual muscle, you're just gonna be skinny. And you don't wanna be skinny. You're not gonna be muscular at all because the muscle is not there. So think of it this way. Build a great foundation first and then reveal everything you have built, okay? Spend time first building muscle and then you can cut and reveal what you've built. Next up, carbs and fats are not your enemy, and they're gonna make life so much easier if you include them in your diet, because carbs are gonna give you energy, which you need to, first of all, exist, second of all, have good hard workouts. And fats are just gonna make sure that your hormones are in check, because look, when I was cutting, I thought fats were bad for me because, a lot of calories. So I cut fats as much as possible. And it was no bueno. And I'm not going to tell you why, but you can imagine why. And just think about being a man, hormones, all that stuff. But I'm not going to talk about this on YouTube. Next up, it is a marathon and it is not a sprint. So don't think of it as going to the gym for 3 months and looking the best you've ever looked, because this just ain't going to happen. You have to be realistic. You have to know what to expect. This is a long-term game, and if you think of it this way, it's gonna make it so much easier for you, okay? Because you can get in and expect to look good in 3 months, but that's not gonna happen, and you're gonna get discouraged. Instead, think of it this way. I'm gonna get in, okay? I'm gonna go day by day, and in 3 years, I'm gonna look the best I ever looked. Next up, you're gonna have days when you feel like shit, okay? You're gonna feel like you're not making any progress. You're gonna get in the gym and you're gonna be tired and the weight's not gonna go up, and you're gonna be like, is this even worth it? Am I making progress? And then you're gonna have days where you go to the gym and you feel like a Greek god, okay? You're gonna have a great pump, just breaking PR after PR after PR, okay? You're gonna feel like you're on top of the world. And this is normal. You're gonna have these days and these days. Just remind yourself on the bad days that there are good days, okay? And this is just a bad day. It's not a bad month, life, or anything like this. You have the bad days and you have the good days, and just expect that. Next up, you have to remember about rest and recovery, okay? Some people have genetics which allow them to go to the gym 7 days a week and feel fine and recover quickly. And this might be your friend, for example, but you might have different genetics. You might not be able to recover as quickly and you might need a little bit more rest, okay? So in that case, just know that you don't have to match someone else's genetics, okay? If you need more rest, take more rest, because if you're gonna overtrain yourself, you're gonna kill your progress, and this is dumb. Next up, you wanna treat working out like a video game, okay? You have to keep leveling up, because working out is supposed to be challenging. So whenever a workout feels easy for you, that means that you have leveled up and you need a different enemy, a harder one. You have to up the weight to make the workout more challenging, because a workout has to be challenging every single time for you to make progress. If you level up but you stay on the same level of enemies, like, you ain't gonna be progressing. You probably play video games, so you probably know what I mean. Every single time that you get stronger, you have to add some weight to make it challenging again. And man, if I knew all those things that I just mentioned, it would be so much easier to get in shape. So I hope that you use the things that I have said in this video and you go and make some faster progress than I have done. And with that said, guys, YouTube thinks that you're gonna enjoy this video, so go ahead, give it a watch next. And with that said, no matter if you're tired, go ahead and do what is required, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, bro.